Welcome to the Kids Kingdom. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Press the bell icon.
Elsa, the Snow Queen of Arendelle, had always been passionate about preserving the natural beauty of her kingdom. One day, she decided to travel to a nearby industrial city to explore and learn about the lives of its inhabitants. As she stepped off the train and onto the city's platform, Elsa was immediately struck by the thick, gray smoke that hung in the air. The smell of pollution and exhaust fumes filled her nostrils, and she could feel the weight of the city's industrial activities bearing down on her. Despite the initial shock, Elsa was determined to explore the city and meet its people. She wandered through the streets, taking in the sights and sounds of the bustling metropolis. However, as she walked, she couldn't shake off the feeling of unease that settled in her stomach. Everywhere she looked, Elsa saw people coughing and covering their faces, trying to protect themselves from the toxic air. Children played in the streets, their laughter and shouts mingling with the constant hum of machinery and the rumble of engines. But even their joy seemed muted, as if the very air they breathed was suffocating their spirits. Elsa's heart went out to the people of the city, especially the children. She knew that prolonged exposure to such polluted air could have severe consequences for their health and well-being. As the Snow Queen, she felt a deep connection to the natural world and a responsibility to protect it. Without hesitation, Elsa decided to take action. She began by speaking to the city's leaders, urging them to implement measures to reduce the pollution and improve the air quality. However, she was met with resistance and excuses, as the city's industrial activities were seen as the lifeblood of its economy. Undeterred, Elsa turned to the people themselves, hoping to inspire a grassroots movement for change. She stood on street corners, speaking to passers-by about the importance of clean air and the need for collective action. At first, people were skeptical, even dismissive, of her message. But Elsa refused to give up. She spent hours walking the streets, talking to anyone who would listen, and distributing flyers with information about the dangers of air pollution. Slowly but surely, she began to gain attention, especially from the city's children. A group of curious kids, fascinated by Elsa's icy powers and her passion for the environment, began to gather around her as she spoke. They asked her questions, shared their own concerns about the air quality, and listened with wide eyes as Elsa told them about the importance of trees and green spaces in purifying the air. Inspired by Elsa's words, the children decided to take matters into their own hands. They began by planting small trees and flowers in empty lots and parks, using seeds and saplings provided by Elsa. As they worked, they sang songs and chanted slogans, drawing attention to their cause and inspiring others to join in. As the days turned into weeks, the city's transformation was nothing short of miraculous. The air quality improved dramatically, and people began to breathe easier. The once gray skies turned a brilliant blue, and the sun shone brightly, casting a warm glow over the city. Elsa's campaign had sparked a sense of community and purpose among the city's residents. Neighbors who had never spoken before were now working together, planting trees and tending to gardens. Children played in the newly created green spaces, laughing and chasing each other through the flowers. As Elsa prepared to leave the city, the residents gathered to thank her. They presented her with a beautiful, handmade quilt, embroidered with images of trees, flowers, and snowflakes. Elsa was touched by the thoughtful gift, and she hugged the children who had given it to her. "You have shown me that even in the darkest of places, there is always hope," Elsa said, her voice filled with emotion. "Remember, every small action can make a big difference. Keep planting, keep fighting, and never give up on your dreams for a better world." The crowd erupted in cheers and applause as Elsa raised her hands, and a gentle snowfall began to fall, blanketing the city in a layer of white. It was as if the city itself was thanking Elsa for her gift. As Elsa disappeared into the snow, the city's residents knew that they would never forget the Snow Queen who had brought them together and inspired them to create a better world. And as they looked out at the transformed city, they knew that Elsa's legacy would live on, a reminder of the power of hope, community, and determination.